Hello and welcome to my vlog number 74. Well, the weather has been kind enough to not rain today, so I get another garden vlog. Not sure how many more, because the next will be mid-September and then it'll be Play Blackpool after that. Now, on with the vlog. After a recent pint of brew, I cleaned up the system, but the tap would no longer fit. On closer inspection, I noticed that the O-ring was slack, so I went to the website and was quickly talking with a human, who very quickly put a whole new tap on order for me. Then they asked if I could leave a Trustpilot review. Now, I'm not a fan of Trustpilot at all, but for this I think they deserve the review. I had 2 accounts set up with Trustpilot from ages ago, so I did a bit of refreshing, deleted the one with an email address related to another company, which was CEX. And for ease of use, and because it caused issues in the past when I tried otherwise, I logged in with my Google account and verified myself. So this is what I'll use in future. I'm still not a fan of it, but let's see how it goes. Now I also bought some O-rings, and they seem to fit, and I now have a spare tap with a fresh O-ring, nice and tight. Now, on the subject of Pinter, I have one code to give away, which will get you a Pinter brewing system for 50 quid, normally 99, including 2 packs, brewing packs, which equate to 20 pints. This is not a referral, I get nothing for it. But if you want one, let me know. The only condition is that I already know you. So no randoms, first come, first served. I'll say that again, I must already know you. So basically friends only. No randoms, first come, first served. I've only got the one code and they keep nagging me, you haven't used your code yet. I got about 2 weeks left at the time of publishing. So once that's gone, it's gone. I don't lose out from it, but you might gain. Now, I bought a 2-pack of inflatable chairs for the pool. They're larger than I expected, I must admit. Really good though. I was going to test the first one, I inflated briefly and ended up staying in for half an hour. Also been tested with a beer, and yes, I could get used to this. I've done it a few times since as well. I also bought a cheap radio-controlled submarine. That little thing there. It worked quite well, but quite hard. Well, actually impossible to keep moving in a straight line. Sort of moves in fits and starts and spins around completely randomly. But yeah, it's very cheap, but also quite fun. Right, on to some other stuff. I resighted the cable modem hub. Up until recently, it was quite low and almost surrounded by lots of active cabling. So I was feeling Wi-Fi was being attenuated. The trouble was, I only had a short cable, so I bought a longer one. Fitted it and raised the hub to a higher shelf. And it really has made a difference. No idea why I didn't think of it before, but there we go. All fixed now. Now, I went with the family on a rare trip to the cinema the other day to see Deadpool and Wolverine. This isn't a review by any means, but it was a fun romp indeed. A little heavy on repetitive main character fight scenes, but don't let that put you off. Now, while the film was great, I can't say the same for the cinema experience. It was okay at best. I remember the days when an attendant with a torch would ensure you got to your seat safely, but those days are long gone. And we had to use our phone lights to find our way in the pitch darkness. It was also surprisingly quiet, and I wondered if we were in the right screen, but we were. Just nobody around for assistance of any sort. We'll still go again as the cost is reasonable, and they don't stop you taking your own food in. Now, I had a bit of a whoopsie the other day. I spilt beer on my keyboard. Oops. I had to disassemble it to clean it. And after removing all the screws, including those hidden under the feet, I still couldn't take it apart. Trying it out, the keys were all over the place, with control changing the light colours, for example. So I had to find another keyboard to use while I figured this one out. Now, the Logitech wireless keyboard I have is completely useless, and I'll probably discard that one. So then I used the Perix one I normally use for my Mister. That worked well. As for the main keyboard, I found a hidden screw under a well-disguised sticker. Once I got that out, it was fairly straightforward, and it was fixed in a few minutes. The longest part, of course, replacing all the keys. It did need to clean out anyway, so there was that, it was just the timing. Okay, now I've been getting jittery video from my capture card, and also when you turn on the computer, if the capture card's plugged in, it sort of gets stuck in a USB loop for over a minute. My computer will boot in seconds, but over a minute for this. So anyway, no matter how I set it up, it was still the same, or worse, juddering all over the place. So I decided to get a new one, which arrived last Thursday. Well, there we are. It's a bit smaller than the old one. Here's the old one. And works perfectly with one caveat. I need to be accessing the device from the computer, if, for example, to run OBS, to keep the output alive on the throughput on both monitors. Got two monitors. I got my small monitor I use, and I got my main monitor, of course, which is also connected to the computer. Now, it's a weird one. It seems like the HDMI out through signal is killed basically when it's not active, when it's not in use by the computer, which is weird. But yeah, they're not expensive, but it's good. It really is good, because I've streamed twice now at 50 frames per second. And while it's not perfect, which maybe don't have viewing at 60 frames per second, it's a lot better than 50 frames per second on the old CAD. A lot better. So much smoother, and it seems to take less computer power as well. So anyway, on to another thing. I did get that refund on the chair base I ordered, so I ordered another. Again, no indication of location, but once again it was from China. And the postal service refused to take it again, so that was refunded again. And then I ordered for the third time and deeply checked, absolutely making sure it was a UK source. This arrived last Friday, and I have my chair back. It took a lot of bother, but I got there in the end. And it's so much better now. Now, coming to the end, my shout out this time is for Novabug. Unlike Zypho last time, it's heavily into Amstrad computers. Very dedicated, and while he occasionally drifts off topic, if you like Amstrad, then maybe the Bug Army is for you. Link in the description. Just to finish off now with my regular acknowledgement of the troubles in Ukraine and the Middle East. Will it ever end? I live in hope. But that's it for now, and it's starting to rain. Oh, have a nice time, and I'll be back in 3 weeks. Until then, ta-ra now. See you soon.